Hello, my mindful adventurers. It is Thursday, and if you're seeing this, the blog post and the YouTube video both dropped yesterday. The companion YouTube video both dropped yesterday. You can find the blog post on my website, amindfuladventure.live, right on the homepage. Underneath, midweek mental momentum, unlock that fresh Wednesday wisdom, and right underneath that, you'll find the blog post title, which is let's talk about no. which is Befriend the Darkness, Your Guide to Wholeness. And you'll see the picture there of a silhouette of some flowers, really pretty. I love it. It's a beautiful picture. And then you'll see the beginning of the intro of the blog, and then you'll see the read more button. You can click that, and at the bottom of that, if you decide that you want to go watch the YouTube video, you can find the link to the YouTube video there, or you could type in on YouTube a mindful adventure, all one word. I'll take you straight to my homepage. You'll see my logo, and the YouTube video that I posted is called "Let's Talk About Our Shadow Self." And if you can't tell, we're talking about shadows. And I just real quick wanted to talk about define what shadow. I mean, I've been defining it all week, but I feel like I should just define what a shadow is, because I feel like some people you've heard about the shadow workbook, you've heard about shadow work and things of that nature, and you're like, I still don't know what that is. It sounds evil. Because of the shadows. Well, I'm letting you know it's not evil. It's the part of yourself that you deem unacceptable. It's a part of yourself that you shut down and lock out because other people around you either do it. That could be family, that could be friends, co-workers. Usually a lot of these things come from when we're children, because when we're children, we learn what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what we can and cannot do in society, things of that nature. And we learn that a lot of the things that we enjoy, a lot of things that make us us, are actually wrong. So we lock those things down. We force ourselves not to express those aspects of ourselves because we're scared that we're going to be either something bad's going to happen, or we're scared that we're horrible people, because the shadow self includes envy, it includes jealousy, it includes anger, it includes shame, guilt, literally any negative emotion you can think of includes shadow self. And also a lot of people in their shadow self also includes their inner child. And your inner child is one of those things that when you get to a certain age, I don't know, it's different for everybody. People are like, oh, you shouldn't be acting like that. That's how a child would behave. That's how a kid would behave. And it's like, well, that's where our creativity and our energy and our playfulness and our curiosity and all of that comes from. So it's like, why would you want to drop that? Why is that something that you don't want to get rid of because it's not adult? And even and that in and of itself, it's like, what is an adult? The person who has to be crippled by depression and sadness because they're told as they're growing up that what they want to be and who they want to be is wrong or shouldn't be the person that they should be. I'm sorry, but that sounds like some sad shit, and I just don't condone it. But yeah, I just want you guys to know, yeah, the shadow aspect is the part of you that you push down, suppress, and you ignore because of either fear or other reasons. And it's also something that you're doing actively. Maybe there's certain people you talk to, and if you say a certain phrase or whatever, they don't like it or whatever, or it's something that triggers them, and so you don't say that thing around them, and so you're constantly okay, I can't say this. And maybe it's something that's a part of your vocabulary, something that you want to talk about, so you have to suppress it. Same thing goes for these shadows. You're suppressing them actively. You're literally sitting there forcing them down. Think of it this way: thoughts, feelings, and emotions, very similar. This example I got from a therapist when I first started therapy. I tell this to everybody. Everyone understands it. I love it. It's a great example. So think of your shadow self, or your thoughts, emotions, anything that you're suppressing, right? Things that you're I shouldn't be feeling this way, or I shouldn't indulge in this, or whatever, and you're actively I'm not going to do this, just with that friend maybe, or a person that a certain word or phrase or whatever is going to trigger them, or it's going to make them feel a certain way, and you're trying to keep them comfortable, whatever. I'm not saying I'm not saying completely disrespect people's boundaries, but I'm just saying this is the example, okay? And when you decide to force these things down and to ignore them, basically what you're doing is like, think of it like a beach ball. These thoughts, these shadows, it's a beach ball full of air, right? And you're at the beach or at the pool, whatever, you're having fun, and this ball is just, going around, and you're like, well, thoughts, emotions, self, and you're like, I really don't want it to bounce around like this. I want it to just do one thing. And then so you take this beach ball and you shove it in the water, right? And if you've ever shoved anything in the water, like that consumes all of your brain power. Not all your brain power, but it consumes like your body. It consumes everything that you're doing. Like that's all you're doing is holding this thing underwater, and it's full of air. So you're like, trying to hold it down, and you're like fighting like air. And you could be like talking to other people, but you're not enjoying yourself anymore. You're not just having fun in the water. You're not being present because you're like, I have to shove this ball down. And it's like, this ball isn't like, what is it gonna do? Like, it's just gonna come and go, in and out. Like, it's not gonna like really do anything if you like sit there and like fixate on it. Yeah, it's gonna like cause you to have some negative not reinforcement, cause you to have some like regular negative experiences, because you're forcing something that should just be to be confined. So think of your emotions or things that you can't like shake off, things that you want to like forget or whatever. Think of them as that beach ball, because all you're doing is using all of your energy to force that down. You're using all of your energy to keep it like tame, when you're really in reality denying yourself like your full range of motion, your full expression, your full presence in a situation, because you're forcing and you're convinced that you have to do this work in order, like work to suppress a part of yourself. Because when you're suppressing a part of yourself, you're not whole. Okay, that's the whole point of what I'm saying. Like, when you're suppressing yourself, your emotions, something like anything, like feel it, feel your emotions. This is you, this is your body. You are the only person that's going to live in this existence, and as you are. So feel your emotions, cry if you gotta cry, scream if you gotta scream. Do so in a safe place. If you need to talk to somebody, make sure it's someone you can trust. Make sure it's someone that loves you. And if you can, go find a professional, because they're paid to do that. And make sure that the professional understands you. Don't just settle for somebody because it's like, oh, I go to therapy and I'm just stuck with this therapist that don't understand. No, go find somebody who understands you, who you vibe with, who you actually like understand, because you don't want to be you don't want to be stuck with somebody who doesn't get you. I've had two bad therapy experiences. The first one, the person told me it's either her way, my way. It's either her way or I'm not gonna get any better. Second bad experience, I told this person I have problems expressing myself, and she thought I was joking. I gave her a horrible review. I was like, fuck this bitch. So find somebody who works with you. Find somebody who's not gonna make fun of you. Like, that's fucked up. Like, I literally came to her crying. I'm like, I need help. Like, this is something that I really struggle with. And then she was laughing at me when I was explaining things to her. Like, she was not taking me seriously. Do not settle for someone who does that shit to you, okay? Like, regardless of whether they be a therapist or professional or you're paying them, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you should not be treated that way. So that's a little extra tidbit at the end of this. But yeah, so I just want you guys to know what the shadow self was if you're curious. And I just wanted to explain it because I feel like a lot of people throw the term around, but no one really knows what it means. So that's what it means. So yeah, I hope you guys share this with people who maybe don't know what shadow self is, and maybe they want to sit through a little long, not long, longer than 5 minutes, video about the shadow self and like how suppressing emotions and suppressing just aspects or just things in general cause you to not be able to live in your fullest power and be yourself and be who you're meant to be. So I hope you guys share that with them, and I hope you guys like this video so we can boost it to more people who don't know what shadow self is, because like I said, it's a term that gets tossed around, but I don't know if like a lot of people actually know what it means. So I'm here to express that and to hopefully help somebody who doesn't know. It is a part of you. Integrate it. Find a way to integrate it safely and effectively, and realize that this is a lifelong journey. You're gonna have some shadows pop up that you didn't even know you had eventually. Maybe when you do the work, you'd be like, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff. take it one step at a time, right? I love you guys so very much. So follow for more tips and things and all the stuff that I got going on, because stuff is happening, stuff is coming. We're all unknown this month, so maybe I'll have some surprises. Uh, yeah, I love you guys so very much, and I just hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I can't wait to see you guys on a Saturday engagement. Bye!